Welcome back, everyone. Well, it's part of our continuing coverage of issues that we know you want to be updated on, you want to be informed about concerning the virus and the outbreak in our community. We want to make certain that we were covering the education side of the issue. I couldn't think of anybody more that I wanted to talk to than my guest. It's Paul Jenkins, known for a number of years now, who is the superintendent for the city of Glens Falls. So welcome, Paul.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you here. And we're honoring our social distance
Yes.
thing here. Thanks for inviting us over. I know you've got an awful lot going on. Paul and I really identified maybe 4 different topics that we wanted to talk about. And the first one might surprise you a bit, but everybody's got to stay at home.
Yes, and that's one thing that we're pushing out on our website, through Twitter, through all of our social media outlets to our families and to our students is stay home. Really, unless you have to go out. And we do have some students coming here for picking up lunches, but outside of that, stay home, don't congregate, don't get together with your friends. That's the whole point of stay home, stay safe, stay healthy.
Yeah.
And I know it's difficult for the kids and for the families, but we really have to make sure that that's what we're doing to try and flatten the curve, as they say, and stop the spread.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about how when we think that we might flatten this curve, Just one thing to add to that, you hear very frequently, and we all saw the pictures of the kids congregating in Clearwater rather, down in Florida, and because they say, well, the kids aren't really susceptible, but they are, aren't they?
They are,
Yeah.
and if maybe they may not get as sick as the elderly, but they still may have it, and they may be able to transmit it to someone else. But then we do have a lot of students who have, certain medical conditions that they really can't be exposed to it.
Right.
So if they are, that could really endanger them.
There's so many diseases that kids have, and it's widespread across all demos. But if you have Crohn's disease or something like that, your immune system is very compromised. You could be 5 years old, 7 years old. And I think the most important thing, and Paul and I were talking about this just a minute ago, was that you don't know you're a carrier.
Right.
And you could transmit the disease without ever wanting to or knowing about it. So staying home is a good policy, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, got you. You're at home. The governor said that we may make a decision by next Wednesday as to whether or not the schools will open. A number of states, I'm thinking of Ohio, New Jersey, are saying no school to the end of the year. What kind of curve are we on for online learning? Where are we now, and what kind of things are you prepping for?
So right now, what we're doing is we've asked our teachers to put together some supplemental materials for our students, review of things that they've done throughout the course of the year, allow students to make up some missed work if they have that from the past semester. As we move forward, we know that there will come a point, if schools are closed longer, that we're going to have to change our direction and start to look at new instruction, start to look at moving forward towards the end of the school year with the curriculum that we have in place. That brings a lot of challenges with people having different levels of expertise in technology.
Sure. Yeah, gotcha. Or access.
Yeah,
right.
Yep.
Right.
And it also, how are we going to monitor it? How are we going to make sure that our students are engaged? Because there may be students who are in situations that maybe they're caring for their younger siblings when teachers are doing something online with a class. We just have to make sure that we're flexible enough for all of our students, and there will be a certain population of students who may not have access or may not be able to get online.
Right,
We're
and
not
you'll
sure.
have to address that.
Exactly.
In addition, I would imagine that most of the kids, I would say maybe grade school through high school, have Chromebooks.
So all of our students, grades 3 through 12, have Chromebooks that they have at home right now.
Okay.
K1 and 2 don't. Our teachers have prepared materials for them that we've sent home or mailed home. But as we're moving forward, we're going to have to adjust that.
Again, we're far from the Leave It to Beaver days where the family was mom and dad and a couple of kids and everybody smiled all the time. We really are in fractured households and whatever. I mean, the advice there really is, you've got a young one at home, just make certain that there's some due diligence there on your part to make certain that the student is learning, that the student has contact, right? Because you are working as hard as you can, I know from talking to you, to make certain that you adjust to each one of the changes that come down the pike to make certain that kids stay engaged, right?
And every day there's something new.
Yeah,
Something changes every day for us.
One of the things that stuns me, Paul, you and I talk about it, a lot of times students rely on the meal that they get during the day to be maybe the one substantive meal they get throughout the whole day. Outside of the fact that it's always hard to comprehend, you've been making some pretty good moves there as well, right?
So we're offering lunch and breakfast for every student in the district if they choose.
Regardless.
Yep, if they want it. And those are picked up at each building. Students can go to any building and pick up their lunch for today and their breakfast for tomorrow. And we're ranging anywhere between 700 meals per day to when we did over the weekend, we did meals for Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes, sir.
And that was about almost 2,500 meals.
Holy mackerel, the school population's in a slightly excess of 2,000, right?
Correct.
In your district?
Yep.
Right, okay. Well, do the math, okay? Now, in some states or jurisdictions, they're doing curbside. Someone can go to pretty much any one of the schools?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as they're a student in Glens Falls, they can go to any one of the buildings and their name is on the list, and we just check them off that they've picked up their. And we have some people who come and they'll get it for the whole family. Some families are, I think we have, a couple of 7, 8 kids together, so they'll come and pick up for the whole group.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. In the time that the buildings are empty, none of us saw this coming. Are you keeping the crews on, custodial crews on?
So our maintenance, custodians, maintenance, they're on in different shifts during the day, but they're here cleaning 8 hours a day.
Gotcha.
So they'll go through the buildings, and especially because we have people in the kitchen preparing the meals. We have people in the offices, in the lobbies. So they'll go through and clean those areas again, but they're also going through and disinfecting all of the classrooms, all of the common areas, and making sure that that's completely done. And they put a little piece of tape over the door to, indicate that room has already been disinfected. Right. If someone goes in, we'll go back through it again. So they're very busy and they're doing a great job.
Boy, they are. One last thing, Paul. The governor recently mandated that the school districts need to help provide childcare, daycare for essential workers. Essential workers, obviously, healthcare, police. You know what I'm talking about. Fire. What's being done in the district regarding that?
So we've partnered with our BOCES,
terrific.
The Saratoga, Washington County, Warren County BOCES, and there are 3 sites. One in Hudson Falls, one in Saratoga, Dix Avenue,
right?
Saratoga on Henning Road,
right?
And here in Glens Falls at Sanford Street.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So we've reached out to all of our essential employees throughout the city, anyone who works for healthcare, police. That actually was expanded, I believe, by the governor this weekend, and it included other essential employees who have to be at work. So if they have issues with childcare because their students are home, we have something for them. So people have reached out to me. We put together an email and a link on our website, and they can contact me, and then I give them the contact for the BOCES program. So today, we started today. We had a handful of students there this morning, and we're going to continue to do that as long as we need to.
Wow. Boy, education's really taken a stepped-up role, right? You think about it.
It's a little different.
It's not only teaching, but it's providing health care, it's providing daycare, providing meals, and maintaining that the environment that the students are used to being in the schools are being maintained. Well, that's really quite a load, Paul, I'll tell you. Well, thanks for your time. Anything you want to say in closing? You've been involved in education 30 years, I think, right?
Yes, this is my 30th year.
Wow.
So never been through anything like this before, but everybody's going through it at the same time, and nationwide this is happening. So we will get through this, and everybody's working together, and we have a lot of people who are volunteering to help out. So we'll get through this, and at some point the kids will be back to some sense of normalcy.
Yeah, living the life the kids should be allowed to live, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've seen a website address on the bottom of the screen. You get a lot more information, so please go there to find out any of the things, more information on the things that we're talking about or any updates, right?
Yes.
And please invite us back anytime for any updates, anything you want us to help get the word out about, okay?
Great.
All right, Elbow?
Thank you.
You got it. All right, Paul, it's great to see you, man.
You too.
Different kind of interview for you and I'll tell you.
It is.
Okay, see this interview again, please head to our website, look, tvonline.com.